Hi and hello watch fans and welcome back to Geneva Watch Days 2025 from the glass igloo outside the beautiful Pavilion, which is teeming with people coming in for tonight's party. We are joined by Benoit de Clerck, the CEO of Zenith Watches, one of the biggest brands here, certainly one of the most famous, and we are excited to find out how the fair's been going so far for you, Benoit.
Hey Rob, hi. Thank you for having me. First of all, I love the igloo style. This is amazing. It's great, especially with a great sun like that. The Geneva Watch Day is going great. You know, for us it's the first edition, and as we say in French, happily surprised. And positively surprised, because it's very interesting. We get to meet a lot of people, and we get to know, to meet with the press as well, in a very chill environment, in a very nice environment, and people are all very happy and chill and all that, which is great. Of course, the weather helps, and the environment helps. So far so good.
And you've welcomed us with vivid colors. I was blown away. Defy Heritage with a chronograph. I'm like, wow. Caliber 400. Vivid colors. Tell us about that partnership and how it came about.
Well, that's a fantastic. It's a collaboration with USM. USM. Is the furniture, one of the most well-known furniture company in the world. Funny enough, or interesting enough, it's made in Switzerland, in Müssingen, and they were created about the same year as Zenith, so they're almost 160 years as well. And there's a lot of similarity between the two. They use the same tools in certain aspects, in terms of, but of course at a different scale. Their scale is much bigger. Ours is very minuscule, and there's a lot of similarities when it comes on the production level. And then we came up with the idea, because there's a lot of heritage, a lot of similarity. We approached them. They took their time as well. Then we revived the project, and we explained to them what the idea was and how we want to bring it about and all that. And they love the project. This is USM they like Zenith, and we have USM in our offices. So for us it was a natural discussion, a very natural approach. And it was very productive, and we hit it off. One meeting, second meeting, third meeting, and then that's how we took it. That's how we took it to birth. And so it's 4 colors. These are what we call USM colors. The most famous ones. We have the green, which is their color, the blue, the yellow, and the orange. And we decided to produce this watch in a Defy. In a Defy, the heritage one, the Defy revival, and in those 4 colors. But the particularity of that thing is that we included a chronograph. So it's the first time we do a Defy with a chronograph with the El Primero 400. And this is something very new, and the first time we do it. And we said we will do it for this collaboration with USM. And we decided to do only and produce only 60 watches per color. Obviously, when we chatted with the market and with some expert and all that, you can do 500, you can do 600 per color and all that. And we all like that. But then with time, we decided with the team to reduce the quantity. And we decided for 60. Because, that watch, that Defy watch was created in the 60s. And we said, what, we're going to do 60 watch in green, in blue, in orange, and in yellow. And so this is where the collaboration come about, and the birth of that collaboration that we launched yesterday is 60 watches of each with USM in 100% collaboration. And the beauty of that is that with each watch that we sell, it comes with an USM specially made box or cupboard or mini cupboard or bedside table. Cool. It's very cool. It's very, very cool, and it's made by USM, of course, and it's produced by USM. So each watch comes with that table, bedside table or box, which we incorporated 3 drawers in that box in order to be able to be that furniture where you can put other watches as well. So you can put, of course, the USM watches, but you can put other Zenith watches within that same box. Up to 12, actually.
I absolutely love this collaboration for a couple of reasons. Not only do I like the watches. I do love the watches. I think they're great, particularly the orange one. That one's stunning. We love orange on the Real Time Show, don't we? It's a Dutch thing.
I'm not surprised.
But there's something really genius about it from a marketing perspective, because you've aligned with a brand that's also top of its game. So it's a good match. It's a sort of luxury brand with luxury brand, but it's in a different industry. And so you're cracking into an entirely new demographic. Fans of USM now know about Zenith. And you can access different magazines as well. You're more likely to get covered in a interior design magazine or something like this. Who would have ever thought of matching a watch to a bedside table? It's brilliant. Can you think of any other industries or companies maybe already in your mind that you'd like to collaborate with to achieve the same thing?
Yeah, I will not tell you everything. But
Oh, go on. No one's watching. It's fine.
But no, I know no one watching me. I know, but it's true. What you said is true. SM is one of the most reputable furniture company. It's intemporel. It's been there for so many years, and it's going to be there for so many years. And it's the same for Zenith. We celebrated our 160 years this year. We are celebrating 160 years, and the same more or less for USM, and they will be there for another 160 years, like we will be. So, and it makes sense. To be honest, it makes sense. Now, to come back to your question, we the beauty of collaboration and finding partnership and all that. We have a lot, we have a lot. But for me, what's important is it has to make sense. It has to be relevant, and the love has to come on both sides. When you do partnership. It's a partnership. Partner means two people. And if the partnership, there's one guy overpowering or one brand overpowering the other, I don't call this partnership, So this is, for me, it's the philosophy of partnership has to come equally at 50-50. And this is what we have with USM. It's a real 50-50 partnership, and this is something very important for us.
So those 60 will fly off the shelf. Did you bundle a few to get in a set of 4?
So we have bundles as well, and we have people who are buying the four colors in one go as well. But there's only 60. We're not going to do 60 plus 4 or plus many 4. So I'll tell you a small secret. We launched yesterday at 8:30. This morning I woke up at 5:30. The first thing I checked on my phone, I checked on the sales, and I can tell you within almost 24 hours, a bit less than 24 hours, we sold around between 25 and 30% of the production.
Yeah.
So we sold,
Incredible.
it's so far so good. It's doing very well. Extremely good response from the public, from the audience, from our customers, from our collectors, from journalists. So far it's been a very, very productive and very interesting ride. My question, to answer your question, Rob, what's next, it's something that we put on the table. What do we do next with the USM? Obviously, we have a couple of options, and but it's the fun part. That's the fun part of the project.
Alon, can you think of any brands you'd like to see Zenith collaborate with in this mold?
Well, many, and I have an old relic at home, is a Zenith Chronomaster with a Cohiba dial.
Oh, cool.
I don't think that will ever happen again. So that's a favorite paraphernalia I have. Keeping in the Swissness and the furniture, I'm thinking of Vitra.
Yeah.
For example, if we stay in that industry.
Yeah.
And when I think of Zenith, I always tell people it's the essence of manufacture and chronographs as well, and doing in-house. So what I would love to see also is a garment maker, a cloth maker, for example. I would love to see that happening. So not so much a hype beast fashion collab, but really the métier d'art of cloth making, for example. Something I'm thinking of. Think of, I don't know if people work with suit makers. Have they in the watch industry?
It has been done a couple of times, yeah. It's like several row tailors have contributed.
Some tailors
They have done it?
Yeah.
It's been done.
Obviously within LVMH there's Berluti things done.
Yeah.
Leather dials, which were awesome.
Interesting.
And Hublots.
Yeah. So sky's the limit, basically.
Yeah, but you know what? I wanted to flip the coin.
Yeah.
And I want to ask Benoit, I don't think Zenith needs these collabs per se so much, and I agree doing it so limited as a teaser talking piece because Zenith has grown the last decade very much
yeah.
into the limelight, the spot that it belongs. They say themselves, reach your star to their consumers, but I believe they've literally reached their own star. You see that, and what I love, and that's why I try to point out to a lot of brands today are vintage inspired, retro styled. And sometimes that heritage, the pedigree that a brand has, is a curse. Because often you're pushed into that jacket, that straight jacket.
Yep.
Zenith has the duality of doing heritage models, so the Chronomasters. Of course, how can you not make the tricolore?
This is incredible. It was only supposed to be a quick question, but like, are you paying him or something? Like, he's just.
No, I'm
What's
a fan.
going on?
I'm a fan.
He's good.
I've been wearing El Primero 400 ever since I'm 18. So I have the Elite Sports, and I'm a fan.
Do you want me to get a soapbox for you so you can
no,
get on
no,
it? You know?
no, but
fan and,
no.
and he knows, you know.
the first thing was the orange, huh? And I'm like, huh? 400 in a Defy? I'm like, wow, what's going on? So I had a shortcut in my mind.
Yeah,
We were
yeah,
looking together.
Yeah.
So to finish it off, I'll stop talking. Is the duality of the contemporary Defy's skylight. It's very cutting edge,
Yeah,
and there are not many
incredibly.
brands that can do both excellently.
Yeah.
Whereas being vertically integrated in the sense that they're truly a manufacturer, and there's not many brands that can do it. So you get the total package.
Yeah.
And I still think it's undervalued in price. You get a lot of bang for your buck.
Well, I think it's absolutely the case. I'm going to let the guest speak in a moment.
Yeah, well, you
know.
should have asked me. It's your own fault.
I'm really sorry, everybody. We all came here to listen to Benoit, and we got Ben Joseph instead. But you know, I think the only corollary, and I mean this extremely complimentary to both brands that I think of when I think of Zenith, the only other brand that I sort of put in the same category is Ulysse Nardin, who we interviewed this morning, in terms of that innovation, that spirit, that tradition, that heritage, and that ability to do two things at once. But then you think about the entry point of UN versus Zenith. Zenith becomes like the go-to brand for many people. It's a great way to start your watchmaking journey, Zenith, as well, because the heritage is easy to understand, brilliant logo, great movements, lovely designs, and there's something for everybody. What's your favorite thing that you offer in the current collection, Benoit?
Well, I have a few favorites, to be honest with you, but I like what you said. You know, the Zenith is a very much an entry point into high-end luxury watches. I'll give you an example. For example, the triple calendar.
Yeah, gorgeous.
That's conceptually, it's a very complicated watch. Mechanically, it's extremely complicated to do. But it's the entry point within the triple calendar, within the annual calendar. You know, you have the perpetual calendar, you have the annual calendar, and then the triple calendar. But technically, this is amazing in terms of production, and I think this is a movement. And of course, it's El Primero triple calendar, but it has a lot of substance and a lot of things to say. It's not too big, it's not too small. It has the date, the moon phase, the months, and all that. And it's a perfect watch, you know. Which one I like? I like the movement of this. I really like the movement of that watch. That's for sure. The other one I like as well is the Pilot. You know, the Pilot Chrono. And what seduced me is, you know, those two big dates that come into the middle of the dial. And I'll tell you another secret. My God, it's secret time today. My first day.
You see those vitamins you took?
Yeah.
You're live. Remember, it's live.
You guys are putting me on the
That's our task. We're independent.
Lucky you, but stay independent. But it's fun to be independent. The point is, when the first day I arrived at Zenith a year and a half ago, or like 18 months ago, they had prepared like all their collection on the table, and said, "Mr. Clerck, you have to find the watch." I said, "Don't worry, I know exactly what I want." And I came and picked up, you know, my first watch that I picked up to wear on my wrist, you know, as the first day was the Pilot Chrono, because I like the ceramic one.
So it's the rainbow basically with the big date, or you took the ceramic? With
Yeah, I
the
took the
big
ceramic.
date.
Yeah, I took the Pilot ceramic, and I like it. So I like very much the concept of the movement. You know, El Primero in a triple calendar, but I like the Pilot, the case of the Pilot, the date, the way the 2 dates come in like this. It's something that
And
But I
Rob,
like,
sorry, I'm gonna jump in again. I'm sorry, Benoit. I tell people, pilot and pilot, still today, Zenith is the only watch brand that's allowed to use that name. It's trademark, and I love when the geeks call me out. I said, okay, come, let's do a WIPO, a VIPO search. No, let's search. It's in the trademark register, and people don't believe me, and they get blown away. So there's so much pedigree there. And
yeah. I know that's part of the pedigree. That's part of the
Yeah.
DNA of the brand. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning stuff. I mean, this triple calendar for me is the one that I would pick up from the table if I had them all spread out in front of me. I could not believe the price when I saw it for the first time. When I saw it released, I was like, that is basically the perfect Zenith for me. You know, I mean, I love the chronographs, I love El Primeros, you know what I mean? But everything together, you said it's a perfect watch. I agree. It is not. It could be a one-watch collection because it is sporty, it is elegant, it is low profile, it's very comfortable to wear. I can't say anything.
And
about
there's a steel bracelet nowadays.
And
for it.
there's a steel bracelet, and it's the entry point into the annual triple calendar, perpetual calendar spot. You know, today a triple calendar in the market is much more expensive than that. You know,
Yeah.
and it's the entry point for someone who knows about watches, who wants to get into those complications, to step in and take that step. You know, the first step, and then the second step will be the perpetual calendar or the annual calendar. So that's the fun part, and then it's serious watchmaking here.
Serious watchmaking is the word. Yeah, I mean, for me, like when you think, well, where else can you get a watch that even looks a bit like that? And maybe the one thing I could think is like maybe something from JLC.
Paul Vacheron, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, but you're paying another 10K on top.
Yeah.
And it's not as versatile. So, you know, I just, I can't say.
Okay,
well
now
done enough.
let's show that we are not paid by the brands. Let's switch gears. Let's show that we can do critical thinking and listen to the community base. Benoit, this was before you joined Zenith. There was a lot of feather ruffled when Zenith switched to the 3600 platform of calibers and made a three-hand El Primero. Those that says, ooh, that's a no-go. What's the stance today and the view on that? Because the elite caliber retired.
So there are three questions in there. You know, every watch brand, and I'm not going to point fingers or to speak about people or but the past is the past. But I understand that we need to understand that movements evolve, and at Zenith we have a team of engineers. Their job is only to work on the evolvement of the movements, and they are professional engineers. They work for a year, 2 years, 3 years to change a little thing in the improvement of the movement that you don't see and nobody sees, but it's an improvement of. So we are in a perpetual seek of improvement of the movements, and this could be a rationale or a reason why. Number one. Then the elite, same story. The elite is evolving. There's a lot of things happening on the elite, and it's a very precise, very good movement. People love it, and some people prefer sometimes the elite compared to the premium, depending on the size, depending on the watch and all that. But it's definitely a Zenith movement and a successful Zenith movement, and we're working very hard as well to make it to make it better, to improve it. But
So
I wouldn't say that it's retired. I would not say it's retired because it's still part of a pillar of our movement collection, and you know we're working on other movements improvement as well and other movements. You know, it's our job.
Well, you have a beautiful one on your wrist, so that also shows the pedigree of the brand. I'm happy to hear that the elite is now retired.
It's not retired.
No, but they were phasing it out, and I guess that with you and your predecessor, you've maybe changed course. And then what I always have a philosophical discussion with collectors, they use the same analogy for the Breitling Navi timer. They made a three-hand Navi timer without a slide rule. And then I said, aha. Zenith, I think, did a right choice because the three-hand El Primero still beats at 36,000. And that makes an El Primero an El Primero. The chrono doesn't make it an El Primero, whereas a Navi timer is a Navi timer because of the slide rule and not solely being a chronograph. Do you concur? Do you see differently when I say such a thing?
You know, I concur because it's part of the improvement.
Yeah.
I concur because this is what we need.
Yeah.
I concur as long as you use that movement. You see what I mean? And you need to put that movement to use. You know, and that's very important as well. And that's part of the strategy as well. All I can say, ... Stay tuned.
Okay. Soundbite.
Oh, gonna have to isolate that one and cut it out. I can't think of a better and more tantalizing point to end the interview, unfortunately. I very much enjoyed this one. I'm sorry we talked for so much of it, but it's just obviously a brand that has got us very excited. You know, we are full of beans when it comes to Zenith, aren't we? We love what you're doing. Yeah. Benoit, thank you for joining us. I can't wait to get you back on the show for a full-length episode again, but right now we will let you back into the wild, back out there, into the fray, and enjoy the rest of the fair.
Thank you guys. Thank you for what you do. What you do is important as well for the industry, so the watch industry, so the great. And looking forward to hearing from you and to seeing you soon. Keep it up. Keep up the good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Benoit.
Thank you.